Ludwig-Maximilians-Universitaet, Munich. So my internship was at Venezia Marketing Eventi, and we started already before the carnival, about 2 weeks before it. So in the first days it was actually about translating the website, translating the program, the cultural program, because they made flyers and leaflets, and so my responsibility was to translate everything. So these first 2 weeks were quite, I wouldn't say boring, but it was like the same work all over again, sitting in the office. But still, it was a big responsibility, though, and I knew that everything will be printed also, what I translated, so I would say good Italian knowledge is a plus in this field. And then the carnival started, and then the hard work began, because always festivals mean 24 hours being ready to work hard. And there my responsibility was again translating, but this time translating on stage. So they gave me a costume, they gave me a role, and I had to be part of the whole competition for the most beautiful mask. So the presenters talked in Italian, and I had to translate the most important information in English and also French. And above all that, when the mask came who was a foreigner, let's say somebody from the US, from France, from Russia, from Germany, from wherever, I had to interview them and then translate the things we talked about in English and Italian. So the more languages you know on this stage, the better you are. I think that the most important part for me was to get to know the Italian work experience and the environment of working here in Italy, and especially here in Venice. I think Venice is special because the community is really close. Everyone knows each other, and they're really a family. And so it was first maybe also a little hard to get inside this, but then being on stage we bonded really closely, and I think I rather got to know the artistic environment, more like I got to know the actors and the clowns and everyone there and the musicians, more maybe than the management part of this internship, but still also to get an inside view on this artistic field was for me a really important experience, also to get to know that though Venice is one of the most important artistic cities in the world and culturally the program is huge, but still also here the situation is sometimes difficult, and so I thought this was for me an view inside something I didn't get to know before it. Here at VIU I took the course Managing Heritage Cities in the Era of Global Tourism at Professor Francesco Munoz, and I really liked that class because it gave me again a new view on tourism and on city management and on cultural management, and like above of that, this internship, which was also about obviously cultural management, because it was about one of the biggest cultural events worldwide, and people from all over the world come to experience the carnival in Venice. And these two experiences here gave me maybe the idea to go more inside this field in my master's. So I will hopefully graduate and finish my bachelor this summer, and afterwards I would like to have a master in cultural management or cultural tourism, and I think these two experiences gave me already a lot of background. I think it's difficult to compare Munich and Venice. Munich is a metropolis with more than 1 million inhabitants, and Venice is a village. So you cannot say it differently. It's totally different. In Munich we have all these transportation. We have buses and metro and tram and everything, so you get quite fast from A to B. And there are a lot of people and a lot of tourists, just like in Venice. But still, I think that the Venetian experience was extraordinary, and much more, the city influenced me much more than Munich has ever influenced me. Which I want to say, just being here is already part of the experience. You don't even have to do anything. The city is already doing it for you. And I think the first weeks, of course, you see only the beauty of it. It's so beautiful, I think it's so pretty. And then you, step by step, get to know all the not so good parts, the tourists. Then you get lost. Then if you want, I have to be there in 10 minutes, but I have to walk for 2 hours. Actually, no, 2 hours not, but maybe you have to walk and you don't know the way, and then so you get quite annoyed maybe and desperate of Venice. But then again, and I think that this working experience gave me a lot of input. It made me feel part of the city. I think that the Venetian community is very strong. People are nice. If you talk to them, they will introduce themselves immediately to you, say, oh, we will definitely see each other again. And that's the great part about Venice. You never see a person once, you see them again and again, just like that on the street. And this is what I loved about Venice, and I will miss it definitely in Munich. I choose VIU and not an, let's say, normal Erasmus program, because I wanted the university to want me to be here. I heard from a lot of Erasmus students that actually the university wouldn't care if they attend courses, if they would give their accents or not. And so it was for me really important that if I do all the work to get into this foreign university, if I search an apartment, if I will take part of the courses, that the university will stand behind me and say, oh, we know that we know that you did that work, we know that you work hard, and it's good, and we want you to be here and to attend the courses. And this is why I choose VIU. And also because I wanted this international experience to be already part of the program. Because also as an Erasmus student, you go maybe abroad saying, oh well, and now I will experience the Italian university, or the French, or the English one. And then you arrive and you are only surrounded by foreigners, and you will not even learn the language of the country. So this is what I heard, for example, from students going to Paris, to one of the biggest cities and one of the biggest universities in Europe. And they came back speaking good English, but no French, because the university was not interested in them. The French students, with millions of Erasmus students coming, also not. And so I wanted a university that gives me both the international experience and also an academic input. A tutti gli studenti futuri di VIU e di Venezia, studiate l'italiano perché fa la vita molto molto più facile e si può conoscere tante persone qua che parlano con te in italiano e sono molto contenti di parlare italiano con te.